today we are starting with SQL, and we have getting started with SQL basics and querying to be taught by our dear speaker Olajide Idowu. Right, going to our ground rules now, we already know that it's good enough that we are punctual. Punctuality is key among us, and then let us all have open mind to learning. We should have one class, even while as the speaker teaches, and then much of our participation will be loved. We would love to have that we all participate when questions are asked. If you can answer, that will make us know that yes, you are following the speaker, and let's respect one another. In case you need to ask questions, you can just raise your hand and you get to ask your question. All right, I'm your moderator for today again. My name is Akinwumi Esther Toluwanimi, and like I said yesterday, I was one of the participants at Analytics Corpers Workshop 2.0, and since then my data journey started, and it's been a very sweet ride, starting with Analytics Corpers actually. Let me just introduce our speaker to us. Our speaker today is Olajide Idowu. He is a BI consultant and director of studies. He has 15 years plus experience in different sectors and 7 years plus experience in business intelligence business intelligence. Is a Microsoft certified trainer, is a Microsoft's most valuable professional in data platform. He has trained over 25,000 people on technical and soft skills, Power BI, and Microsoft Office tools. He is involved in execution and implementation of several projects for corporate organizations like HR Metrics, Analytics for Dangote Group, Sales Dashboard for NBC on Red Project, OMS Application Insights Dashboard for Sterling Bank, Media Report Dashboard for Insight Communication, Media Monitoring Dashboard for Industry Marketing, and a host of others. He is a pioneer, yes, Excel community. Can we all welcome our speaker once again, Mr. Olajide Idowu? Thank you for joining us this evening. Mr. Olajide, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you so much, Madam Esther. Please confirm you can hear me, just to be sure.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for bringing me here. It's a privilege, it's an opportunity to be with us, so I'm not taking it for granted. So if my words are breaking, please let me know so that I can switch to another internet. So everyone, please, I am going to assume zero knowledge, right? And I will not be speaking grammar. When I say grammar, I will not be speaking what you don't know. I will be speaking in a layman, like in a layman way, so that even the least person here that does not know anything about SQL will be able to grasp what SQL is all about. Don't worry about all of those English. They're just name that people gave to all of those things. Just like you will say granite. Granite is a name. When they saw that nut, they just gave it granite. But we all know what that is for. So you're welcome, everyone, and thank you for being on the call at this time. So if I'm speaking some language you don't understand, maybe I'm speaking in an unknown voice, in an unknown language, please raise your hand, drop your concerns, and say, can I clarify on this one? I'll share my screen at this time. Please be free to ask questions. There are no stupid questions. Do not look at anybody's face. It is me and you that we have business together today. So do not feel like, oh, maybe this question is stupid. No, you are free to ask any question. I'm sharing my screen at this time. So moderator, I would need to know if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So everyone, please, I'm sharing my entire screen, so I wouldn't see your reactions. I wouldn't see your messages yet. Not until I come back to things, but our moderator is here with me on the call, so she will intermittently call my attention in case you have any concerns. So if you have concerns, you can show with the raise of hand, or you can use the message or the chat. So thank you. I will just move to what are we really doing today? It's all about getting started with SQL. In short, what's the meaning of that SQL self? But we get to understand what it means. So it's just to say we want to start getting to understand what SQL is all about. And we will do some simple query. Forget about that language or this word query. We'll just do some simple or some demo or some small practice. Let me put it that way. So I put some things under the agenda. So I will be very fast with this, but if I'm too fast, tell me. If I'm too slow, tell me. I just want it to be fine. You know, we have like 1 hour or less now. So I'll move away from all of those. I just put this here. We would understand what SQL is. We have a basic understanding. This is just the first phase. My other colleagues will come subsequently then. They will expatiate. This is just to give us a basic understanding of what SQL is all about. So I've moved away from that slide. I'm on this slide because I feel that it is very important we understand. We just have this background knowledge of data. So just like human being would have his own life cycle, everything on earth has its own life cycle. So data did not just happen one day. Something would happen before data happened. Now, let me just use, let's say you want to have a logistics firm, or you want to have a logistic company. You want to have, so you need to make some provisions. You need to look for a space which you want to use for, let's say, for as a data warehouse, right? Like where you put some items, maybe you want to be selling cars or you want to be, so you need a data, sorry, in this context, you need warehouse for that. I don't want to bring it to data, so you need warehouse for that. So that warehouse, you also need to partition it for different items, right? You need to partition for different items. In order not to finish the story because of time, my point is that there will be a beginning, there will be an end. Let's say you partition, you put some items, you will set some items that are needed based on request. Some people will say, I need XYZ. You say they should go to the store and bring the XYZ. Some people also order for ABC. You say they should go to the store or to the warehouse and bring ABC. Sometimes if they don't request for some things, it also get expired or about to expire. So you want to give an instruction to say, oh, this one that are almost expiration or that we don't need or that we are not using now, can we put them somewhere? And at the end of the day, if something now get expired, you want to just trash them. In case you're like, what am I saying? Forgive me. I've said everything that you can see here. Creation. You must create an environment for your items or for the goods or for data in this context. When you create the space, you need to buy those items and then put them or take them to the warehouse, store them, right? Then when they are needed, when customers are ordering, that means you want to use them. So you would say they should go and take it. That's using. And if some things are not needed, you will archive them. I mean, and if they've expired, you truncate, you destroy them. I've just gone through this, right? Now, I put this here so that I believe this is recorded. So, and I believe that we'll be able to read
Yes,
this.
sir, it
This
is.
will just help. Thank you. So I believe we'll be able to read it. So for anyone on the call that has maybe no knowledge at all about SQL, this would just give you an insight as far what SQL is, right? So I don't want to read word by word because I really want to move away quickly. So this is already captured. If you want to retrieve, you want to get something, you want to bring something, All right. You use SQL to get something. You can use the language to go to the store or to go to that data or the warehouse. Oh, a customer they need um two two cars. Okay, go to the store and then bring only two cars. So you will need to use SQL to retrieve or to bring or to get. That's the meaning of the first one. Manipulation. If that car need to be moved from where it is to another place, or if that car need to be painted in another color, or if it need to be adjusted. So data manipulation, right? So so see that way. Divination is to say, okay, we want to have something, so we need to define what we need to. So we need to define it. I'm just trying to bring it to you, really, so that I don't speak SQL jargon. So data control, this will talk about access. Who do you want to give access to do something? Anybody cannot just go there and do anyhow. So there's always access. And at the end of the day, the data need to be used to analyze for analysis so that business insights can be generated and management or our team lead or people can make informed decision. So these are commands of SQL. There is data query language. You want to query, you want to ask, you want to bring, you want to take something. There is also create. Before you can even take something, you need to create. So there's need to create, maybe you want to create the database, you want to create that warehouse before you store your items, you want to create a table, you want to update a record. This person used to be Mr. Ajanle Koko. He's now Mr. Lagbaja. He's the same person. So we need to change his name. So we need to update. And if this person is no longer with us, we should remove his details from the office. I'm just trying to bring it to you. And this one, the last one talks about access. You can say, oh, today I give Esther access to XYZ. Tomorrow, management says she should not have access, then I will not give her access again. That is the meaning of the control. And there are different data types. All of you, I believe that we started the journey from Microsoft Excel, we've done Power BI, so some of these things will not be new to you. There are different data types, but in SQL or any database, some things need to be defined. Power BI is not a data storage. All right, so you cannot be defining it that way in Power BI really. Data will come from SQL, for instance, into Power BI. So meaning that in SQL, right, or in data warehouse or database, that is where structures are really made. So we have different data types, and this data type will talk to whatever the column is carrying. All right, so and I also put this here. So I'm looking at the time. I also put this here to help some people so that you understand that when you are, let's say you are constructing or building database or data warehouse or tables, these are some of the things. So there's what we call constraint, which you need to, it has to just, is part of it. So you must say, okay, this column is for this column is the primary key, this column is the foreign key and all of that. Don't worry if it's sounding too big for now. I'm just trying to lay foundation for my colleagues that will be coming subsequently. So I'll move away. These are basic SQL commands. If I need to get something, I deliberately put the code. I mean, these are commands so that it can make sense to you. So if I need to get something, so my line manager said I should bring something. So I would need to retrieve that information and bring it back. Like we have employed a new staff. I need to capture the record of that new staff. Then I need to insert, I need to add a new product. Maybe we just started producing a new product. I need to ensure that that product is added to the product table. So, oh, this product used to be XYZ, is now ABC. I need to change the name of that product so that it can now take the new name. Oh, this product is no longer needed, is no longer existing. We need to take it out. Then I'm sure you understand what I mean. Are we following? Hope my internet is fine. Can I proceed?
Yes, you can, sir. I believe everyone can hear you. It's been a good ride since.
Okay, thank you. Good. So what do we really do first? There will be creation. There is need for, you must create a data warehouse, right? Uh, so you must create a database, for instance, because at the end of the day, record will be stored somewhere. So record cannot just be flying in the air. There is need for a storage. There is need for a space. All right. So how do we create a database? It's as simple as this, right? When you create, we just say there is a command, let me say a command called create database. That is how you write it. You now mention the name. Let's say I want to create a database for MTN. Let's MTN is a, a table or a database. So I'll just say create database named MTN. So the name of that database is MTN. So when a database is created, of course, we can then begin to create table inside the database. All right. So because table cannot exist on its own, is inside the database. So when a database is created, it's just a name, like yes, just let's call it just a placeholder or a name. All right. So we then create tables. So how do you create table? If you remember a few slides that I show constraint, and I talk about data type on those previous slides, then when you are creating a table, you need to effect all of those. So if you look to my right, you'll see create table. The name of that table is staff. All right. And after I say the name of the table, and I'll say on that table, there will be this column. There will be this column 1, column 2, and the type. So when you mention the name of the column, you're also saying the type of information that will enter the column. So if you look to the right, you see I say the name of the table is actually staff. After that, I open bracket and say there is a column that must be called ID. That ID, the data type of information that must enter that ID column is integer. And it should not be empty. Don't worry if we'll practicalize. Okay, you know, this is just getting started, so I may not be as detailed in the practical when it comes to this. But I already shared the data set with us that can make life easier for us. So let's say you are creating, right? So this is how to create all of those things. So you create a table, then you mention the column name and the data types. And then if you look at the second column, which is called full name, various character, it's just to say number of character that that column must take. We are now saying it can take different character as long as those characters are just 25 characters. Then gender also. We also say that column will take variable character and 20. We are just talking about the type and the length and what that's what this means. And at the end of the day, normally this primary key that I put last, I could as well put it immediately after the first column. I'm just trying to say, okay, all these columns that you are seeing, there is a column that is to be seen as a unique ID or as a unique column that holds a unique ID. Forgive me, I'm trying to look for the best way to communicate it to, in case I'm feeling like someone didn't get it, but don't worry. Primary key is a unique identifier, just like your matric number. No two students can have the same matric number. If that happened, it's an error. So it can never happen, it should never happen. So when you do all of this, when you are creating, you need to declare a column as a primary key. So in this context, ID will not repeat itself. But someone can bear Olajide Do. We can have 5 people bear the same name in the same department, but they will not have the same matric number. That's what this is saying. All right, so I'll just move. I'm also looking at the time. Because what I talk about this, like, I'm not going to finish all the slide. I'll move into the practical session. So that's okay. For instance, if you want to create a table, what do you do? So I just put this here to help us to say, okay, create table is like a function, right? Is a command that you use. Then the table that I want to create, the name of that table is student. So there's a column that should be called matric number, which should not take more than 10 characters. And it should also not be empty because every student must have matric number. Then student name, the character of any student should not be more than 50. Course level, 100 level, 200, we say integer. Integer means number. Then we say course, the course you are studying. We can say you are studying business intelligence, consulting, something. We just say, okay, whatever course you are studying should also not be more than 50. I'm just declaring this. If there are some courses that are 100 characters course, you want to take it and say, okay, in case you want to have that. But there are some, you don't want to also put too much character so that it doesn't occupy space. All right, so I'm sure we have an understanding. And this is just to say, okay, if you want to insert, let's say you have created, look at this. This is just a structure. I went back. This is just a structure, right? This table is a structure. It's not holding anything yet. It's just a structure. So now say, okay, now that we have created a structure, we need to now insert, we need to begin to enter information into the structure we have created. Then now say, okay, insert into where? Into a table. Let's say, for instance, this is student, right? Because we just created a student table. I will now say insert into student. And now say, what are the things I should insert? That means what are the value? And now say, okay, the first column should be ID, for instance. That's O1, comma. The second column should be Olajide, that's name. The third one is gender. The next column is data management. This other one is maybe age. This one is salary. I mean, it's not here. I'm just trying to show this to you. So, okay, look at this one for student. So insert into student table. You can see matric number, student name, course level, course, the birthday. Now, what are the things that you insert? You see that A001 is the column for matric number. Student name is Uche Choma. Course level is 5. Course is anatomy. And I'm sure we have an understanding. Yeah, we fine? Am I too fast? Is it clear? I mean, let me just get some responses, because I'm looking at the time so that I can also do some practical. So, moderator, kindly give me a feedback to be sure everything is fine from my end. My internet is good.
Yes, sir. Everything is fine, and I can see some people reacting, giving it thumbs up. Yes,
Okay.
I think it's clear. Everything has been clear so far.
Okay. Please give me 30 seconds. Let me quickly switch from, there is power outage. I'm in Nigeria at now. Just pardon me. I quickly need 30 seconds. Let me switch. Please just a moment. Okay, thank you. I'm back. Please confirm you can hear me. I'm back. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Thanks a lot. So this is just to still help. If there's anyone, this will just help you to say, okay, understanding the basis of select. What does this really mean? Because, for instance, as a data analyst, you need to get data. So you need to go and get data that you want to use to create, let's say, Power BI reports. So from Power BI, you will need to query SQL. So you don't need to bring everything if everything is not needed in your reports. Okay, just a moment. Please, is there noise around me? If there is, I can use noise cancellation. Is there noise? Moderator, please confirm.
No, sir. I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, so, but these pictures or images should help us well. If you look at the one from the left, you see different colors of storage or storages. So let's say Adewale is my line manager. So Mr. Adewale said, okay, please, we need so reports. He's not asking me for all the company's reports. He's only saying we need a particular branch report. So I don't need to load the data for all the branches. So I can then give an instruction. Though I won't write it like this, but this is just, let's bring it home to you. Go to the store and bring one yellow label carton from the blue storage. So if you go to the yellow storage, you are wrong. If you go to, is this red or brown, whatever color, you are wrong. So you need to go to the blue storage and bring yellow label. So in that, because if you go and bring everything from the blue, why should you carry 5 bags when you're only traveling for 1 day? You get the point. You just travel, let's say you want to move from Canada to Chicago and come back the same day. Why do you need to carry, unless you want to give gifts? No. But let's say you only need 1 bag. Why should you carry 5 bags? So this is just to let you know. The second one is saying all, but you are not expected. When you open that carton, you saw different boxes, but you only need the one with the yellow tag. Or you can see that. So, and the guy went there, instead of bringing everything, he only went to bring one yellow label carton. You can move faster because that's what is required. All right, so this is just to show how to query select all. So if you need everything, if you need to bring everything, then say select star. I can't, so Adewale cannot say I should go and bring something without him telling me what to bring. So Mr. Adewale will say, go and bring, he can't just say, go and bring something. There is nothing like that. It doesn't exist. But if he says, please bring all the cups, I will also need to ask him that, is not, where should I go and bring it? So because that instruction is not complete, if he says bring all the cups, there could be cup in the kitchen, maybe there is another one in the store. So I need to know where to go and bring all the cups. So you cannot just say select all. Then there must be an instruction to say from where. So that's why you see select star. Select star means bring all or bring everything. From where? From a table called others. All right, so I believe this is clear, right? And this is just to show you, I wrote this code, I did a screenshot. Select star from personnel. If I invoke or execute that select star from a table called personnel, what you see on the left is what will come back, right? And if I select, I can also select some few columns. So if I want to select columns that I need in my report, I don't need to select star. I'll then say select and then begin to mention the name of the columns that are needed and use comma to separate them. I hope this is clear. Please, do we understand? I hope this makes sense to us. Can I proceed, please? Just to be sure.
Okay, I'm seeing a number of no in the comments. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. Probably you
Okay,
could
good. I like that.
maybe.
So which one should I go back? Which I need to know. Help me ask them. You know, I don't want to minimize my screen. Which one is not clear? I
Okay.
like questions.
So which is not clear? Who would tell us
Is it
from those
this
people that
one,
said no?
or I need to know, is it from the table or from this one? Please ask your questions. I beg you, everyone. That's the most important thing for me right now.
I
So is
guess
it
it's
from
from the
this
table, it's
slide?
not from here. This place is
Okay,
clear. I
from
guess
this
it's from
table,
the
right?
table. Yes.
I like that. So everyone, let me react to this. Okay, so let's say that you have, if this also is not clear, also say is not. Let's say you have a shelf, and in that shelf, you have cups, you have knives, you have plates. In one shelf, you have knives, you have cups, and you have plates. If there's an instruction to say, bring everything from the shelf, how will I write an instruction in SQL to bring everything that is inside that shelf? Look at my left. That's the select star. Star means all. Star means everything. So if Adewale instructed me to say, please go and bring everything from the shelf, I will not leave anything behind. I will bring everything. If I'm going to bring everything, how will I write it in SQL? I will say select star. Select star means bring everything. So I also need to know where to bring. So Adewale already gave me an instruction to say, bring everything from the is it the storage or from the store or from the sitting room or from, there must be a place where I need to go and bring everything from that place. So select star from. Personnel in this context is a table. You know, in database, we have tables, right? Tables are columns and row, like combination of columns and row. All right. So if you look to my left, you see that, okay, look to the bottom left or the second partition. You see there is a column called ID, another column full name, another column gender, another column department, another column age, another column salary. These are the columns on a table called personnel. So if I write an instruction to say select star from personnel, what will the outcome be? The outcome is the table you are seeing below. If this is clear, I move to the right. This right is another instruction entirely. Mr. Dewale did not say I should bring everything from personnel. He didn't say I should bring everything from a table called personnel. He specifically said from personnel, I only need full name column, gender column, department column. So if there is that instruction that I should only bring these three columns, I must then mention their names by saying, don't select style, don't bring everything. Select means bring in a layman. So I will then say select, meaning that bring back, in short, go and bring, let's say it that way. Select means go and bring. So go and, or give me, or bring anyone that is okay for you. So don't mind me, I'm laughing. So select means bring full name, comma. It simply means I'm about to give an instruction. This instruction will go inside the database and then bring something back. And that's a go and bring full name, also bring gender, also bring department. From where? From a table called personnel. Those are the three columns that will come back. Let's get their feedback. Is it clear now? If it's still not clear, don't worry. Don't look at anybody. Ask me. I'm not in a hurry. What is important is that we get it. Moderator, please, let's get their feedback. Are they fine now? Are we getting yes or no?
Yes, sir. They are saying it is clear, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Now, watch this one. This one, like I said, I'm just supposed to get us started, right? But my colleagues will come and do deeper training and deeper teaching, deeper exposure on this one. But do not be confused. Okay, tell me.
Before you move on, somebody asked, he said, the person, Tawakality said, it is clear, sir, but is it case sensitive? I presume she's referring to SQL. SQL is case sensitive.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, take a look at this table. Though, if you say is it case sensitive, I need to know specifically. But let me come from this angle. Keywords. Okay, don't let me say keywords. Some people understand what I mean when I say keywords. Keywords are not really case sensitive. This one that are in blue, that are in blue color, see them as commands or see them as functions, right? But they are really keywords. But see them as anything, right? Now, they are not case sensitive. If that is the question, you see that my select is in, I can write select in uppercase or lowercase. I can write from in uppercase or lowercase, so it's not case sensitive. Let me know if that is what it's asking for. If yes, if that is, you can say yes.
All right, Karitu, is that what you asked for? Can I see your comments in the chat, please?
So, but just know that if you are now writing some things, you need to write exact. Apart from the keywords, if you are requesting for something, it is best you write it exactly. If location, let's say there is gender, look at the way gender is. If you are going to say you need gender, don't write it in lowercase. Write it the way it is, right? So see that way. so that don't complicate issues. Just write it, but for if it is keywords, you are free to write them in uppercase or lowercase. When I say keywords, I'm referring to those one in blue color. All right, now look at this one. Let's say you want to update somebody's record. Maybe this person used to be in so place or so department, and he want to move to another department. Maybe it is no longer interested in that department, but it's still the same student. How do you then update his record? If you look to my left, there is a table that we want to update. The table is called students, but you are not just going to update the table. You want to update somebody's record on that table. What do you really want to change? I'm changing this person's. Okay, let me go back a bit. Okay, we didn't do that table yet, so it's fine. I'm trying to just a bit. Good. Look at this. There is matric number. This is the table. There is student's name. So matric number is a column on student. Student is the table. There is matric number as a column, student as a column, course level as a column, course as a column, birth date as a column. So this Chioma is in 500 level. Bola Lagbaja is in 400. Hassan Adam is in 400. But look at their courses. So let me move here. Now I want to update record for A002. Okay, let me come back a bit. Don't mind me, I just really want you to be clear. So look at the person that is called A002. That's the person's matric number. This person, let's say, is in 400 level. Maybe by mistake. Anyways, this is just a demo, right? And so they want to now say, okay, or somebody used to live in so place, number 2, Manchester Lane. The person has now moved to number 3, Manchester Lane, the same customer. You need to change the address. You need to update the record. How do you then do that? All right, that is what this is saying. Go to a table, course student, update the record. What should I do when I get there? Change the course level, the meaning of set. You want to change something. Change the course level to 5. Change the course to economics, where matric number is A002. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Really, I didn't want to spend this much on the slide. But you know what? You permit me, I'm going to stop the slide here. But does this make sense to you first? Let's get the feedback.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can see
Okay.
thumbs up, and I can see someone said yes in the comments.
Okay, because if you are going to change somebody's record, there is need for a where clause, like a condition. Which record am I changing? Now, to change this person's record, where so is for him. It's just to say you are telling the operation, the person's record that need to be changed. So I have a lot on this slide, but let me stop here. And then I believe that we have, if there are questions, don't worry, I'm going to take it. So I believe that we have all get this guy on our TV. I believe my moderator has already done that since last week. So I will click on, or I can search for SSMS, this one, Management Studio. So when I launch, I didn't launch it because of you. It's deliberate. In case someone is like, how will I, you have to search for it. So when this opened, right? Because this is 1 hour, I don't mind, 1 hour is too small for this, but because Mr. Dewale also didn't want to bore you with so many so that we can get it. So that's why my other colleagues will come in. So what I can say about this is that I have this downloaded. So this is, of course, I work. So this has been with me for some time. So when you launch SSMS and you have configured your database or SQL server, then once I click right, I have this for now. I don't want to go into details because there is cloud connection or cloud, and there is one that sits on your local machine. So I don't want to cause confusion. Just know that this is the name of my laptop. So this one is not going to the cloud. I'm connecting to a local machine. Let me call it that way. So I will then click on connect. So when I do this, Then this is the name of my laptop. And you can see, I mean, just know that this is SQL Server, but sitting on my laptop. Then we have a database, or we have databases, but I want to create for your sake. Oh, because of time, I won't be able to create, but I've shown it in the slide. I've shown it in slide. So the Excel that I shared with us, which is this one, I believe everyone has it. I believe so. I want
Yes,
to
you're
get
going to
it.
the group chat.
So I want to show how to bring it in. So I want to bring it here, but I want to create a database so that I can then come inside the database. So I want to just show how to do that. It all depends. If I, for instance, right click on this, I can say new database, and it's going to just ask me, this one will work like a wizard. You just mentioned the name, but I don't want to do that, right? I want to show you how to. So if I click on new query, for instance, then something like this will show. So I need someone, because I already explained everything. No, we have few minutes. I need someone to tell me, I want to create a database from the slide I already showed. What do you think I'm going to type to create a database? I don't want to give you a expo. I really wish someone can. I want to create a database called Alawi. Yes, Alawi. You know, we are Corpers. So I want to create a database named Alawi. What will I do? Someone drop it?
Yes, sir.
Tell me,
Rashida
ma.
said create Alawi. Someone said create database Alawi. Samson
Oh, I
Oguntade
like
said
that.
create database Alawi.
So let's
And
do it. Create database Alawi. So let's try this, right? Look at it. Say command completed successfully. Now, no problems. How will I see the database that I've created? If I come to, I'll refresh anyways. If I come to this, can you see that there is Alawi? So this is the database. You know, I said there will be you need a space if you want to do logistics. You need a space. So see this as the space. Now, don't worry about this. It already done its work. If I want to bring this guy to inside that place, if I expand this database, I'll see tables. But if I click on this plus to say, are there tables in this database? Really, for now, there are no tables in this database. If I right click on this table, can I see anything? Can I do anything? Can I do anything? If I right click on this one, can I do anything? You know that this is the database. I right click on this database and I see something called tags. And I can then say I want to import data. This one that I shared with us, I already put it in 97 version of Excel. So I can say import data. Can I proceed? I just want to be sure. Should I go ahead?
yes, sir.
Thank you. So I click on import, then a wizard will show. I will click on next. So it's not say, okay, this thing that you want to import, where is it coming from? I'll drop this down. It's coming from Excel, Microsoft Excel. Can see there are different sources. So that's okay. Now say, do you want to give me the where it is? I can browse to is in documents. Let me use last week, right? And this is it. So I'll click on next. And now say, okay, This one, where is it going to? Choose destination. I'll drop this down. There are many ways to do this, so I'm just trying to use the basic way to import for you instead of going to. So where is it going? It's going to SQL Server. It's not saying Windows Authenticate. Don't worry. I just wanted to come in to this guy. So and can you see? It's going to allow we. I say next. So I want you to create a copy of you next. So which one of these do I want? I want this. Then next. Then finish. Let's see. Everything should be fine. Okay, so it said it's fine. So instead of trying to create from the beginning, we import a data. Now, let me refresh. And let's see if the table is here now. See it here. That table is called sales. So this is the table. I can say, let me see top 1,000. Before I write query, I can right click and I can say, show me. Though it's not like that. It's me that is saying it to you in the layman. Show me the top 1,000 rows. If I click on this, then it has written and is showing me the top 1,000 rows. You know, when we loaded it was 15,000. Though I can manipulate this and say, only show me top 10. Let's see, Control A, I don't have to, then execute. It's only showing me top 10. Don't think that it's showing me more. It's not. So my point is, let's say my line manager, who happens to be Mr. Dewale, say only give me the top 10 information. So I'm going to write it. I won't write from this one so that it doesn't confuse anyone. So let's say okay, are we fine? Are we good? Does it make sense to you? I feel like I should ask that question.
Yes, network has been clear. Can we get reactions from everybody? Or is there anyone that needs anything
Hope
from
my
us?
network is fine, right?
Yes, sir, your network is fine.
Okay.
And we are getting thumbs up
So
here. So I think we are
okay.
good to
So
go.
let's say that we didn't do all of that. Let's say the table is there. We now need all the records. And now say select star. I cannot, it's not complete. It doesn't make sense. Where should I go and select star? Instead of writing on a single row, I can say from where. I can actually drag this here, or I can still mention it, but let me drag. And then execute this. Do you understand now? It's bringing everything. But what if I need to return quantity, sales, and profit? How will I type something like that? I can say select quantity. Quantity, comma, sales. Let me know. Quantity, comma, channel, comma, profit. The reason why it's still showing this red line is to say, where should I go? Because quantity could be on another table. Channel could also appear on another table. Profit, so you need to say, go to so place. From where? From this guy. So look at my quantity. Because I didn't type it correctly, it's already flagging error that there is nothing like
Yeah, your network
invalid.
is breaking now.
My network is breaking. What
Yeah,
about
I think
now?
it's well, it was breaking at some point. Just few minutes.
Is it good now?
It's better now, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
So
sir.
sorry. But do we understand this before I execute? Everyone, do you understand now? Moderator, please give me feedback to be sure my network is fine. If not, I need to change.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You can go on,
good.
sir.
Okay, good. Now you can see that we are using the select to get something, to bring something back. What if, okay, so let me run this. Let me run this again. If I run this again, it's going to bring everything. Or don't worry, let me not run it. I only need channel and profit. So watch. I can copy it, but I want to type for the sake of some people that like to type. Select channel, comma, profit. From where? From this guy. Now, what if, I'm just getting us started, really, but I'm trying to move from one place to another. What if I need the total profit for store, the total profit for reseller, the total profit for online, right? What if I need something like that? How will I, instead of it showing one by one, I only want to see all the sum of profit for store in one place, sum of reseller in one place. What do I need to do? Then I cannot ask the question like this. I will need to ask the question in another way that will be able to aggregate, that will be able to help me sum the profits. So how will I be able to do something like that? Let me copy this, or it's fine, you know what? Don't let me copy it, it's fine. Select channel, comma. When you select channel, help me also select sum is a function that will go inside of profit and then shrink it and then summarize. Don't mind it. Do we understand? Can I proceed? Can I proceed, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Thank you. Now, if I do this, it will flag error. Even if I put, let me put from, now, if I say select channel, when you select channel, also select the sum of profits. If I run this now, I have not explained to this guy in details. Though if I run this now, the operation will happen, but will it be successful? Let me just run it for you though. It won't be successful. The reason is anytime you use function that will aggregate, you need to use another guy that will group it. So if I come in and say, okay, this thing that you want to sum, by the time you sum it, let me run this again for you. By the time you use this, and you are summing the profit, you need to then use channel, group the channel. Instead of channel, store, all the stores, let them come as one. All the reseller, let them come as one. Group by will then come in and do that operation for us. I'll then say, okay, group by Group by what? Group by channel. So if, let's try this and see what will happen. Please, do we understand? Let me get your reaction. We are still not done with this one, but let me get your reaction. Are we fine?
Can you
Do
get your
we?
reaction?
No, just
Yes,
so
sir.
that they can say they are fine, is clear. Okay. Now, you will see that.
But somebody said no. Aisha said no. Aisha
Okay, I like
Tolariwe
that.
said
I like that. Aisha, good. Thank you. I like question because it will help us to understand better. Aisha, kindly respond. Do you understand this one? This one that is showing line by line or row by row. Say yes or no, if you do.
okay, Aisha, I'm going to allow you speak now. Okay. So that you can explain what exactly you don't understand.
Aisha, please go ahead.
Aisha,
You're fine. Ask your question.
coming. Aisha. Wow.
John, your hand is
Just a
also
minute.
up.
Okay. John, you have the floor now. John,
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma.
good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
We
Please
can
go
hear you.
ahead.
Yes, sir. Please, if you want to make use of the channel to group, so how are we going to be specifically group the store and some other items on the table, sir?
So, sorry, take that again.
Like we are trying to group stores and some other items on the table. Like if you have to make use of
Yeah.
the channel function, if you have to use the channel function, how is it going to be specifically group stores and some other items that are more than one? How is it going to sum it?
Yes, that's why we use this. But don't go, don't mute yet. Okay, sorry, who asked the question initially first? Okay, maybe I should answer you while we wait for her. No, you hold on, John. So, John, if you look at this one is, if you take a look, this one is 15,000 rows based on this one that we executed. But we want management or my line manager, who happens to be Adewale Yusuf. Mr. Adewale said, I need the total of, just ignore. Let me cancel this. Ignore that I've not done. You can mute if there is noise around you. So let's say what I need is the total profit realized from the channel. And in case you are confused, let me run this. Let me execute this. See, don't think it's only this is only store that is in the channel. I can actually say, I want to only see the channel and then select channel. And if I do that, I can say select. Okay. I don't want to go into too much functions. I will access select these things. But anyways, this is everything. So if I need to group, I only want to see channel and the profit realized. I will not run it this way. Because if I run it this way, it will show me everything row by row. So if I need to see the total, the sum of profit for each of the store, I will then say select. What am I selecting? Since I need only the channel and profit, I'll say channel. And what else? I'll say comma. I'll say, if you want to bring profit, don't just bring it row by row. I need you to aggregate. I need you to add all the profit together. Then I need to use this guy, sum. When I pick sum, I open bracket because it's a function, right? You can see, what does it do? Give me your expression and I'm going to return something in number, integer. I say, okay, profit is what you should sum. And I will close bracket for this. And I say, okay, You say I should select channel and sum of profits. Where should I go and bring it from? From where? From this database or from this table. Now, I cannot run this like this. I will have error in a way. And I say when you select, when you go and bring channel and also bring sum of profit from this place, you need to, once you sum the profit, you then need to not give me the breakdown. You need to give me channel. Anyways, you need to group the channel instead of store. Only return store in one place. Only return reseller in one place. Maybe that will make sense to you. Then I need to use group by. You know that when you group, if you say you have 7 males and, or let's say the number of people on this corner, let's say we have 50 something. We can say, okay, let us group by our department. So if you go to department, they will now say, how many people are in economics? 20. How many people are in? So economics only appear once now. Accounting only appear once. You get the point. So group by would reduce, it's going to group it instead of mentioning economics. All right, so group by. Group by what? I need you to group it by channel. So if I do this, this is addressing your question, John. If I execute this, then you can see that store is no longer showing. Everything that happened in store has been summed up. Everything that happened in reseller has been summed up. So I have not finished it because I didn't put it there. But I wanted to listen to, is it Aisha's question? I mean, but in order to give it header, because I did not tell it, I only say select this one. But I didn't say when you select profit, it will no longer be, it will not be able to give me the name. So I need to say, okay, this column will give it another name. So I can say as what? As, let's say, gain. I can still say as profit, but I want to use gain. What this means is that because it does not give it a name before, it's deliberate. And I say when you select channel, channel will still come as channel. But I have put a function that suppresses profit. So profit cannot come with his name again. And I say when you sum this guy, give me a name, give it a name, call gain. Do we understand? Any question, please? Moderator, please. Is it
There's a
Aisha? Did she
question
ask?
here.
Good. Go ahead.
Aisha, your mic is, you can have the floor now.
Okay, good evening. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. But as
You're
you
welcome.
explained to John, I think I have a better understanding of it now. And I believe by the time the video is dropped, it will be more clearer. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I'm happy. So we can go on and on and on and do a lot of query. My point is, as a data analyst, you not even most likely, oftentimes you are going to be querying, right? You are going to be querying. Of course, you can manipulate though, but you are going to be using more select. I can go on and add some other things, where clause. Any question, please?
Yes, sir, there's a question here.
Okay.
Adeni Oluwatobi Jonathan said, sir, will the last command overrule the initials, or will SQL only display executed commands?
Oh, if I run, I can run all of these at once. If I run all the command at once, SQL will answer me. Let's say this is one instruction, another one. If I do Control A and run, forgive me. If I do Control A and execute everything, that means there will be four partition or 4 display. So whatever you run last, when you say last does not mean the last one. If I come and run this one now, if I execute this one, this is what will be showing. But if I execute everything, I will then have everything, but I will need to see it. If it has partition, if I scroll down now, see it. I hope this is what it's asking for. But if this is what I run last, if I execute one by one, then I'll have this. I hope I answered him correctly. I hope that's what he's asking for.
Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir.
is the difference
Yes, sir. I
between
said yes, we
import
understand.
and what is the difference between import data and import flat file? So we have flat file like text. We can have text document like CSV. So if I save this as CSV, I will not use Excel. I will have to use flat file to get it. That is the difference. Is it a must to copy all before executing? Oh, I like that. If I do not copy all and I click execute, it will still answer me. Take a look. Because I did not select anything, SQL will look at everything here and then execute. I hope I answered it correctly. So meaning is not a must. I just demonstrated it. So is there any other question I have not answered? Okay, I've answered
No,
the
sir.
question.
I think you've answered all you've touched on. All right. This person said
No,
the integer data type. Does it accept
don't mind me, I'm saying it. So integer is int, like number. So if you say variable character can be a combination of alphanumeric. But if you say integer is number like 1, 2, 3, 4. And if it is money, we can say currency, which you come with, or money, which you come with 1 point something, in decimal places. So int is integer, which is number. But variable character is, what do you call that? Combination of alphanumeric. So, moderator, I believe our time is up, right?
Yes, sir. Well, just Aishat is raising her hand. I don't know.
Yes.
And
Aisha, please go ahead.
And then,
Aisha, please
right.
go ahead.
All right, Aishat, you can have the floor now.
Aisha, you've lowered your hand again.
Aishat, I guess maybe she got locked out. She's not on this.
Grace, please go ahead.
Grace, you can have the floor now. Grace?
Okay, maybe, I don't know, Aisha's,
Aishat,
okay.
Aishat is back now. Aishat, you can have the floor now.
Okay, sir. Please, my question is, does SQL also have all these syntax function like these DAX functions, calculate? Can we also do all these analysis like adding, subtraction, calculate all these functions on SQL also?
Yes, look at it, we have used SUM. So SQL also has its own functions, or let's say there are formulas of functions. So yes, but it's not that DAX is not, okay, so let me say, that even in Excel, you see some in Excel, you see some in DAX, in Power BI, you're also seeing some in SQL. So, but I'm not saying all the functions. So also in this place, if I want to type average in this place, I cannot type average like this. He will not see it. But if I do this, he will see it. Do you understand? So, but let me know if I answered you. Just know that you can use not all the functions, but those functions are also, they are here. Let me know if I answered it correctly.
Okay, sir. Now the last question is like, Power BI. Under Power BI, we have
Yeah.
Power Query, just like there also. Now in Power BI, we can clean and transform our data, modeling it under Power BI, then before going to visualization. Now
Yeah.
on SQL, can we also do the same thing before visualizing it, or like, there are some data that
I know what they are saying. You know what we are doing right now?
yes,
Okay,
sir.
so let me say, you know that the Power BI is not a data storage. Power BI
Yes,
is to analyze data. But this is a data storage. If I really want to create this table, we imported, I will need to actually create the database and then begin to create table. If I want to create table, for instance, which I don't want to do, I can actually create table, but by the time I'm creating the table, let me come here. By the time I'm creating the table, I need to specify, just a moment, let me see the one that creates table. See, if I'm going to do anything in SQL, SQL is not Power BI, so it does not have Power Query Editor. So, but what we are doing now is part of manipulate. Though there is what we call manipulation. Okay, let me come back here. Look at manipulation. Manipulation is like, in Power Query Editor, you can remove columns that are not needed. You can remove rows that are not needed. You can replace value. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So look at manipulation. You can also manipulate in SQL. So it's part of what you do in SQL. So, but in Power BI, it is called transform. We transform. Yes, we have ETL. So in Power Query Editor, it is called transform or transform data. But in SQL, it is called data manipulation, where you can insert. In Power Query, you can add columns. So see insert as
Yes.
adding another record. You can say replace value. See update as replacing value. You can say, oh, this row is not needed, delete row. See delete row as remove rows. But it doesn't have Power Query Editor. All the things you have to do, you are doing it by executing. Can you see it is called new query, which is like query editor, right? Power Query or something. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to. But do you understand? Because all of
Yes, sir.
these things, even in Power Query Editor, you know that normally you can also write M code. So see this as, though it's not M code, but see this as M code instead of drag and drop. We are writing code. Let me know if I answered you correctly.
Yes, sir.
Any other question? Please be free to ask questions. Any other question?
Okay, we have Akitonde Esther raising her hand. Esther, you can
Esther, please
speak
go ahead.
now. Esther?
Esther,
Hello,
please go
can you hear
ahead.
me? Yes, sir. Good evening,
Yes.
sir. I want to ask this. Thank you so much for the class, sir. It was really explicit and understanding. But my question is, I want to understand the key essence of having a skill in SQL. Because from what I'm seeing, everything running queries and all of that, there are things that we can do on Power BI. We can on SQL. I don't think we can even create a dashboard or generate insights and all of that. I want to understand, is it mainly for the ability to be able to work for companies that have their database on SQL, or how, what I just want to understand is from experience and all of that, why do we need SQL per se? That's my
SQL is
question, sir.
very
I don't know if
important. Yes. I hope my internet is fine. SQL is very important. I hope my internet is fine. I'm trying to do something for you.
Yes, we can hear you now, but
yes,
you
sir, we
are
can see
on
what you are doing.
Power
Okay,
BI correct.
watch. Let's say that I want to get data from SQL, right? I'll click on SQL. SQL will say, Or Power BI will say I should provide, don't mind me, it's still loading. So that I want to get data. The data storage in this context is SQL. So I will need to supply, okay, let me do something for you. I hope, just a moment. Huh? I hope I have this query somewhere. Okay, because this is recorded, I won't be able to. My point is that if I'm going to get data right, I need to do a report. As a data analyst, you will need to get data from SQL. So if you don't need all the tables, all this table, where is this? If you don't need all this table in your report, maybe they only said whatever report you are creating, we only want to see channel and sum of profit. Then you will need to come to Power BI and then tell Power BI to go to that SQL server. And if you give the server name and the database and say, okay, it will load all the 15 transactions, but because you don't want to do that, you also need to write that same select here. This query that I ran here to say, though it can't work now because I've not put anything here. I just want to bring it there. Because I don't want to load all the transactions, I'll bring this here and say, okay, if you go to that server and that database, don't bring everything. This is what you should go and bring when you go to this place and this place. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir. Esther?
Because
Esther?
don't think when you say, why do we need SQL? I said, okay, Esther, go ahead. You want to say something? Your mic is muted.
Esther, your mic is muted.
Okay.
Possibly she's not here.
So my point is you need SQL, right? You need SQL, please, as a data analyst. You need knowledge of SQL. Let me put it that way, as a data analyst. Very important you have an understanding. Now, someone is asking that I should elaborate on variable character. So in SQL, variable character is referred to as VACA, like this. Just like, I think you asked, let me scroll up. Okay, I can type it for you. VACA. VACA. Now, we stand for variable character. In terms of length, variable character has a fixed length. It can store strings. Strings will mean text, right? Are you with me? Variable character is
Yes,
a
sir,
combination of, yes, I'm addressing this question to something. Variable character it can be a combination of different character, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you understand. Different character, variable, various characters. Don't worry, I'm just supposed to get us started. If I'm actually going to break this down, 2 hours is not even enough. But don't worry, my other colleagues, when they come in, I'm sure they will be able to. But if you declare, okay, let me come to my slide. Take a look at this. This is VACA. This is VACA. Now, in terms of, I'm sure they will be as detailed as possible when they are showing you this. They are data types. Just like we have, this one is very detailed, it's more than we want to expect. Just like we have integer, we have tiny integer, we have big integer, we have small integer, but don't worry, everything is integer, which is numerical, number, anything that has to do with number falls under this data type. Anything that has to do with text, it must be ABC. Only ABC, like text, falls there. Anything that has to do with date, falls there. This one is a combination of different character. That is why it is called variable character. One is a character, A is a character, at is a character, underscore is a character. Variable character means various characters. Let me know if that makes sense to you in a way. Does it make sense in a way to you now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think Grace typed in a message. I mean, typed in the chat. I guess she was not able to unmute the other time. Our question was that she knows that there are different types of SQL, and that the one you opened was Microsoft
Sorry, Samson
SQL.
needs to unmute when he says, apologies, Samson said that he's lost. And I'm wondering that is my explanation is not clear. Samson will need to unmute then.
All right.
Please let Samson Ogunlade unmute. Please let Samson Ogunlade unmute. I hope my internet is still fine.
Yes, sir. Samson, you have the floor now.
And so, right, Samson, you said you are. Yes, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
I still did not get what you mean by that character, variable character. That's where I'm lost.
Okay. Don't worry. Let's say various character. Or maybe, you know the meaning of various, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't mind me. So if you say various character, right? What does it mean? Don't worry, we are together.
All right.
No, you are not talking, Samson.
Your network is lagging, sir. Sorry.
Oh, my network is bad. Okay. Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry. I thought. Okay, everyone, I need a response. Is my network fine? Samson said my network is bad, so I need a response, please. Moderator, kindly confirm.
Yeah, I can hear you very well at my hand here.
And so, Samson, I hope it's not your internet.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you better now, sir.
And so, Samson, I think it's your internet because I can see a response that they can hear me.
All right. You were talking about
okay, let me say this way. In SQL, variable character refers to VACA, which stands for variable character. It is a data type to stop character strings or variable length, number of characters that can stay in, is a data type to say, I'll only allow 50 characters, right? 50.
Yes.
It will not go more than 50 characters, right? In terms of variable length, right? Variable length, unlike car, there is also car. Car has fixed character, but variable character can store strings of various lengths up to specified maximum, right? But don't worry, in order not to speak all of this English, right? Assuming that we are creating data, a table, you then see, you know what, hold on. Let me see if there's something on the slide that can help you. Everyone, please, you need to get, let me see. Hold on. Samson, look at this. Look at this. Can you see first name, variable character 50? What do you think, at least in the name, do you understand what this, let me know. I'm looking at this. Do you understand what this means?
Yes, sir. Like 50 letters.
Exactly. Are you fine?
Yes.
Are you fine? Then look at email. Yes. Look at email.
Okay.
You know that if I'm going to type your email, I will say something at, I can say something so at underscore this, that. All of those characters in one place, but they cannot be more than 100. Do you understand? Various character, variable character. Is it clear to you now?
Yes. Yes, it's more clear, sir.
Oh, all right. I'm happy.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other question? Don't worry, everyone. Ask questions. Any other question for me?
Yes, sir. So Grace is saying that, sir, I think I'm aware that there are various types of SQL, such as MySQL and the likes. Are they all doing
Yes.
the same function?
Yes, they are doing the same thing. Just like you have toothpaste, but there are different types of toothpaste. Mine, close up. So different people call their own product different names, but they are the same toothpaste. But it's just that the way this one will use its function may be a little different from the way other will do its function. Let me know if I answered correctly.
All right, sir. Grace, did you get that? Grace?
Great, I hope
Okay.
you're fine.
All
She
right.
said yes.
Yes.
Because just know that they are structured. SQL, right, is a relational database. There's what we call relational database management system, right? It is something, it has to do with table. It has a structure. That is why it is even called is a structure, right? Right. So it has a structure, meaning that you will need to write this English that we are writing now to go into it and then bring something from it. It is structured because is in a table, it has columns and rows, there is primary key, there is a schema. So they are all the same, just that different query or similar, not even different, similar queries or different touches. So I hope she said she's fine. Any other question for me, please?
Yes, sir. I think we have John Ayade. His hand is up, and probably
Yes,
that might
John,
be
please
the
go ahead.
person will take the question today.
Please, sir, with SQL knowledge, is it possible to create a staff records or to use it to keep the record of a supermarket?
Of course. Yes, now, even on this slide, take a look now. We say we create. I've used an analogy to say you want to create something. It's like, hold on, you need to create. It's like a storage. It's a data storage. Where is the definition, sir? Just forgive me. Take a look. It's a program language used to communicate with database. It allows you to store, allows you to manipulate, and allows you to retrieve. So it's for storage, it's for manipulation of data, like cleaning, but it's not like like updating record, you get it, and also bringing record. So you can store, you can use it. That's why we say we create database. Database is for record keeping, like table. You can see create the database, then we'll create table within the database to capture the store's record. Let me know if I answered it correctly. If not, ask, then I'll answer clearly.
Then, does it allow the user for printing? Probably you want to print out what you have created in the database. Is it possible to print out the document using the SQL?
If you want, okay, if you want to print, or you can export, just like we have, let me come back here. Just like we import, this one, we can also export it out. You get? Because if you do something, you can also save it. If I save this now, though it's going to come as SQL backup, but I can export as a table. Like if I need to, let's say I run this instruction, execute this instruction, and I need this, right? Normally, why should I even do my point? It can be exported though. So let me know if I answered you.
Yes, sir. Then, I don't know if you have some other resources that we can use probably to learn ahead of the next class.
Okay. So our moderator is here, and I'm here. So let's reach out to you on that. I'm sure we have an idea of the next I'll look at the topic for the next class. Then I'll see if I can come up with something, or I will escalate this to Mr. Adewale. You get, so that he can point us, so that he can, because we've done this before, so that he can give you what will help you for the next class. I think that's the right thing to do.
God bless you, sir.
Moderator, I hope I'm speaking your mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just love to get back to them on that. And be sure to get our response as soon as we can. So we are good, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. If there are no questions for me, thank you for your patience. I hope we learned something. I hope we learned some things. Yes, Jelly, your hand is up. Jelly, your hand is up.
Shelly? Okay. Just a minute, please.
Thank you, everyone. But I'm waiting to attend to Jelly. Thank you, Ayade. Thank you,
Okay, Jelly,
Atinuke. Thank you.
you have the floor
Jelly,
now.
your mic is muted.
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you for the class. I asked a question before, but my network went off, so I did not get your answer. I asked difference between importing from flat file and importing data, because there were two options there. So I just wanted to know the difference, if there was any difference there.
So we have flat files. Flat files are like CSV, text documents. You get?
Yes, sir.
Those are flat file. So if I'm going to import flat file, I will not go through Excel. I hope you understand. If what I share with us is not in Excel, I will not, if it is in CSV, if I save it as CSV, I will go through flat file to import it. I'll not go through Excel to import it. So flat file are like, we have TSV, which is tab separated value. We also have CSV, which is comma separated value. So it could be text, it could be CSV, it could be TSV. So those are referred to as flat file. Let me know if you are
okay, sir. Yes, I understand, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. And I'll stop sharing my screen. I'll hand over to our moderator. Moderator, over to you, please.
All right, sir. Thank you, everyone, for joining this session today. And thank you for staying through. We also like to say we're sorry for taking so much of your time, but I trust it's worth your time, actually. And thank you so very much, Mr. Olajide Do. That was a very insightful one, and we really do appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the wealth of knowledge that you have put to us. I would also like to say thank you to the organizers. Thank you, Mr. Adewale, for this opportunity. It's not taken for granted. And can we also all appreciate our speaker? And I would also like to say that in case you have questions, you can always drop your questions on the group page and be rest assured that you'll be answered by someone. And you can also can you drop a link to your LinkedIn profile, if you don't mind? Then
okay, I can share my screen. So you have the slide though. Let me share my screen so that they can see that.
All right, sir. So you can do well to link up with our speaker on LinkedIn. Yes.
So I hope we can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
So this is my name, Olajide Christopher Idowu on LinkedIn. So thank you.
Thank you so very much. So you can do well to link up with him on Twitter, LinkedIn. Check out his YouTube channel. It will do us a lot of good. All right, I think on this note, we can call it a day, or should we say we can call it an evening? Thank you so much, Mr. Olajidedu, and thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Diwali. Bye,
So this
everyone.
session, the workshop continues next week, Saturday by 2 p.m. So just so that you don't just stop here or you don't just have half knowledge, you can do well to join the next session next week, Saturday by 2 p.m. And be rest assured that the next week will be able to carry on from where Mr. Chidedu stopped. All right, we can all leave the call. Goodbye, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the evening.